So WWE's been at the center of some controversy lately. It's a lot going on this week post SummerSlam. If you saw SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar returned, and if you know anything about the Janelle Grant Vince McMahon lawsuit, that's cause for some surprise for sure. I certainly was surprised, and I certainly was confused. But it turns out that Brock Lesnar had the legal go for it by WWE. Now, a lot of people are upset by that. I don't care because the IWC is full of retards. They're full of mentally ill people. Most of them don't know what gender they are. They were never real fans of professional wrestling. And so it's easy for them to boycott professional wrestling, boycott WWE. Good for them. Usually they're the ones that like to complain a lot about the product, and they're the social justice warriors who don't know the origins of the sport, don't care about it. Mostly goon freaks that thirst over some of the wrestlers, but they don't actually like the storytelling or even appreciate the cultural impact of professional wrestling. So I hardly take their opinions into account because most of them are fucking freaks. But besides the Brock Lesnar thing, in my personal opinion about Brock Lesnar, innocent until proven guilty kind of thing, right? Like, it's unclear what that situation is like, and if more details come out and he's proven guilty, then yeah, he probably shouldn't have come back. But at this point in time, it's just like, Brock Lesnar's Brock Lesnar, man. What are you gonna fucking do about it, bro? So ain't no point in complaining. My emotional connection to pro wrestling has been so desensitized over the last couple of years. Like, I used to get angry at the product, right? I used to get way more angry, and now I'm like apathetic to where it's like, if I like something, I like it. If I don't like something, I ignore it, kind of thing. I'm just apathetic at this point. But I'm such a huge pro wrestling fan that I can't get away from it. I'm almost addicted to it, right? Pro wrestling is sort of like my, I'm trying so hard to have the escapist fantasy still that I loved as a kid. Certainly it's not quite the same as it used to be, WWE, AEW, or otherwise, because they kind of embrace the low form, low tier type of art form that professional wrestling has become because of the indies. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, you got to try and actually get people engaged, right? And so people criticize Triple H for bad booking, and I don't blame them, but to sit there and be partisan with AEW, it's like, Triple H is a bad booker, but Tony Khan is doing this, this, and this because All In Texas was good. No, All In Texas was good. The build-up for All In Texas was garbage. I tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong and give me evidence. Besides the Hangman arc, but still, it's professional wrestling. At this point, it's a low form of art, and it's diminished it. And I don't criticize it necessarily just as hard as I criticize other things, and maybe I should. Maybe I should take it into account, but I'm so apathetic at this point, and I can't keep up with everything in the pro wrestling world that it really, sort of, I can't criticize it, and not because I don't want to or that I'm incapable of doing it. It's just that it's hard for me to keep up with. But that's going to be even harder whenever we look at the future of WWE streaming, live PLEs, because they recently just made a deal with Disney. I don't know how to really feel about this other than, I'm paying what, $9.99, $8 a month, whatever, for Peacock right now just to watch the pay-per-views or the PLEs and the WWE Vault libraries. And, I get Peacock, and they're switching to ESPN Plus, which is going to be like $30 a month, $300 a year, some shit like that. It's just like, you know what? I don't need to watch the pay-per-views or PLEs that bad, right? I don't need to buy ESPN Plus or Disney Plus to watch professional wrestling. I will fucking sail the high seas for it. right? I don't need it that fucking bad, right? Hell, if they leave everything off of Peacock, I'm canceling Peacock. I'm leaving Peacock. I'm sorry. I never wanted Peacock in the first place. I wanted the WWE network to thrive, and they just kept shopping around. Hell, man, I have to go through links and hoops to get to Netflix, right? Just for Monday Night Raw. I think I've only seen one episode of Monday Night Raw since they've been on Netflix. I don't need to see Raw that bad, you know? I can't critique it because I don't watch it every week. I watch YouTube clips. You know, if you really want people like me more engaged with this, you know, that don't just have professional wrestling on in the background and looking at my phone or skipping through commercials or skipping through matches, do something interesting, you know? And I know that there's moments, there's fun things that I like. I try to find positivity in everything that I can do, right? And everything that I watch or consume. But sometimes it's just like, bro, I don't want to fucking see Damian Priest. I don't want to fucking see Carmelo Hayes. Like, I want you to do something with these people, right? Like, it's getting to a point where it's like, God, just give these people something interesting to do, right? There's also people on TikTok, specifically the IWC, full of lunatics and retards who are angry that Donald Trump he made an appearance at SummerSlam, not in person, but we had Michael Cole saying live, "Make America fit again." And Triple H went to the White House. They did the whole gimmick at the White House, and a lot of people were like, "WWE's pro-fascist now." You know that Donald Trump was in the Hall of Fame, right? You know that he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. I believe that hasn't changed. I like the attitude of not giving a fuck, bringing back Brock Lesnar, respecting Hulk Hogan, making America fit again. I love that attitude from WWE so we can weed out these fucking normie losers that never cared about professional wrestling and are only there because they like to invade spaces and completely interject identity politics and intersectional politics into everything that they try to destroy. Because that's what they do. They're fucking leeches culturally. So I don't mind WWE doing that. But I do have a bit of a problem with this ESPN deal. Because I sure as shit ain't paying $30 a month to Disney or ESPN just to watch these fucking pay-per-views. I will sail the high seas, if you know what I mean. Just to watch it, bro. Like, I ain't gonna bother paying for that shit. Ain't no fucking way. Right? And don't get me wrong, I like Triple H. I don't mind his booking for the most part. I certainly think that there's problems that need to be fixed. But from like a modern wrestling standpoint, whether it's AEW, whether it's WWE, they're both just so like bland with, it's like eating a grocery store birthday cake that has, it's all spongy. Like, it's a spongy birthday cake, but the icing tastes good. In this case, the icing is the pro wrestlers. I like the pro wrestlers, for the most part, when they're acting and when they're as their characters. As people, I could give a fuck, because every time they jump on Twitter, specific ones jump on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, they're fucking lunatics. They're just as bad as the IWC. So they can go fuck themselves. But as the characters, I like watching the characters. The booking, however, is the cake. And it's just like, we need a good cake here. We need to have a good story here. We really don't have that right now. So, anyways, that's my sort of take on professional wrestling. It's a bit of a combination of politics and pro wrestling in this video. And somehow Disney got looped into this bullshit. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I was right about Netflix a year ago. Remember when I made that video a year ago about Netflix? WWE taking Raw to Netflix was a bad idea because streaming services are dying. Well, lo and behold, a couple months ago, their ratings started to tank on Netflix. Why? Because streaming services are dying. Doesn't really matter where you go, man. Should have streamed on YouTube. You'd had a better audience. So I was fucking right. I was right about the Netflix thing if you go back and watch the old video. So anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I will see y'all in another video soon. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't smoke crack.